are feeling the heat of the violence and terrorist activities across the country, the government should do more to control it. Desk report, News and Images. Country's spinning industries have been incurring huge losses due to unabated import of Indian cotton. Severe gas and power crisis has added to the suffering of the mill owners as they cannot produce up to their capacity, and thus the price of cotton in the country has gone up. In this backdrop, government's initiative to import Indian cottons will only hurt the already damaged textile industry, Bangladesh Textile Mills Association BTMA president has said. Abdul Hai Sarkar, the BTMA president, has also urged the government to encourage local entrepreneurs of the sector for the development of the country.
For them, give me steady power. All things are coming from outside. Even technical people are coming from outside. আমাদের মেশিন নাই, আমাদের তুলা নাই। তখন প্রিভেলিং কন্ডিশন এত খারাপ, সেখানে আপনি আবার করে একটু বোঝানোর চেষ্টা করতে চাই না।
A member of outlawed Ganamukti Force Andolon was killed in a shootout between his accomplices and policemen in Kushtia early Sunday. The deceased has been identified as Alamgir. Sia Halim, police super of Kushtia Circle, told News and Images that they operated the drive acting on a tip-off. Sensing the police presence, Ganamukti Force Andolon members opened fire on them, promoting the police to fire back in retaliation. After 20 minutes of clash, police recovered Alamgir's dead body. Police also recovered 5 cocktails, 5 bullets, 1 pistol and 4 sharp weapons. Police filed a case in connection with the incident. Well, it's time for a short break now, but coming up next, Poles mourn the tragic death of President and 96 others in a plane crash yesterday. Welcome back. You're watching the Evening Bulletin at News and Images, a top international story. The death toll from Thailand's worst political violence in nearly 2 decades has risen to 20. More than 800 people were also wounded in clashes between anti-government protesters known as Red Shirts and security forces. The deceased includes Hira Muramoto, a 43-year-old Japanese cameraman for the Reuters news agency who was covering the protest. The figures given on Sunday by the Yerevan Medical Center rose overnight, although the fighting, some of it in Bangkok well-known tourist areas, had ended after the security forces pulled back late on Sunday and urged the Red Shirts to do the same. However, a spokesman for the United Front for Democracy Against Dictatorship, which is leading the protest, said that the Red Shirts' morale is strong and they would continue their fight to bring the government down. Thousands of Poles have gathered at the presidential palace in Warsaw to mourn Lech Kaczynski, the president, and the 96 others who were killed in an air crash in western Russia on Saturday. Donald Tusk, the Polish Prime Minister, described the accident as the most tragic event of the country's post-war history before flying to the crash site where he and Vladimir Putin, his Russian counterpart, met and laid flowers together. The Polish First Lady, the heads of Poland's armed forces, the central bank governor, deputy ministers and 15 MPs were among those killed when the jet tried to land in heavy fog and crashed in a forest. In sports, Royal Challengers Bangalore crushed Kolkata with a 7-wicket win, thanks to their bowlers and delightful half-century from Rahul Dravid. The win propelled them to second place in the points table. Kolkata's big names blazed with the bat, but their performance was undermined by some crafty bowling in the middle overs. Bangalore's successful chase combines Dravid's conventional touch with the Robin Uthapa's ruthless flourish to seal a morale-boosting victory and leave Kolkata struggling at the bottom 3. Score: Kolkata Knight Riders 160 for 9, McCallum 45, Gale 34. Vinay took 3 for 23, Callis took 2 for 31. Royal Challengers Bangalore 162 for 3, Dravid scored 52. Uthapa remained not out on 50. In business now. Total turnover of today's trade in the Dhaka Stock Exchange stood at 9,290.69 million taka. The DSE index of the country's premier bourse ended at 4,552.46 points, falling by 7 points. Among the issues traded, 89 advanced, 151 declined, and 2 issues remain unchanged. Among the companies traded, today's top 5 shares by value are Beximco, Beximco Pharma, Grameenphone, Lanka Bangla Finance, and Summit Power. Weather update. Temporary showers accompanied by temporary gusts of wind occurred one or two places over Sylhet division, and weather remained dry with temporary partly cloudy sky elsewhere over the country. Severe heat waves were sweeping over the region of Rajshahi, Pabna, Jashore and Chuaranga. Mild to moderate heat wave was sweeping over the region of Dhaka, Bogura, Dinajpur, Khulna and Patuakhali, and it may continue. The highest temperature was 42.5 degrees Celsius recorded both in Rajshahi and Ishudi, and the lowest 21.4 degrees Celsius in Sylhet. According to Met Office, the country's maximum temperature in 6 divisional cities was 42.5 degrees Celsius in Rajshahi, 38.8 degrees Celsius in Khulna, 34.3 degrees Celsius in Sylhet, 37.9 degrees Celsius in Dhaka, 35.9 degrees Celsius in Barishal, and 31 degrees Celsius in Chittagong. That's all we had in our today's bulletin. But before we wrap up, let's take another look at our top headlines. Not a single drop to drink. Residents of Moakhali block roads demanding uninterrupted water supply. Despite lack of logistical support, the International Crimes Tribunal continues gathering information. Supreme Court Bar Association President vows to prevent appointments of incompetent High Court judges. Government barring Tariq Rahman's return, says BNP leader Abdullah Al Noman, warns of street movement. Also on the program, at least 20 die as Thai security forces clash with Red Shirts protesters. The Red Shirts vow to topple the government. You can read more on these and all of the stories by visiting our website newsandimages.net. Thanks for watching News and Images. From me, Nazim Mukid. Bye for now.